There's a powerful truth many overlook when it comes to aging well, especially after 60. It's about a simple nightly ritual that can dramatically influence how sharp your mind stays as the years go by. If you want to keep your brain firing on all cylinders well into old age, you need to know this. To help us understand this better, we turn to a remarkable figure, Dr. Shigeaki Hino, Japan's oldest practicing physician, over 100 years old, still mentally razor sharp, and considered a national treasure. He holds insights that could completely change the way you approach your evenings and brain health. Dr. Hino Har believes that how you end your day directly influences how well you perform the next. So, what's the single most crucial thing people over 60 absolutely can't skip before hitting the pillow? According to him, it's all about preparing the brain, not just physically, but mentally for the intense work it does while you sleep. Contrary to the common myth that the brain shuts down at night, it actually kicks into overdrive in very specific ways. While your body gets its rest, your brain embarks on an incredibly intricate process. It sifts through the day's experiences, consolidates memories, flushes out toxins, and repairs its neural networks. If you want to stay sharp and energized for years to come, make sure to subscribe now. And never miss tips that truly make a difference. But here's the catch. This entire operation hinges on preparation. You must create the right environment and supply the brain with what it needs to operate efficiently overnight. Going to bed without this preparation isn't just a missed opportunity. It's like starving your brain of the fuel it needs to rebuild and regenerate. Over time, this neglect piles up, leading to mornings clouded by mental fog, increasing forgetfulness, and a deep-rooted cognitive fatigue that no cup of coffee can fix. This idea of starving the brain isn't about skipping meals in the usual sense. It's a subtle but far more dangerous form of deprivation, denying your brain the vital nutrients and signals it requires. During its prime repair window at night, there's a powerful truth many overlook when it comes to aging well, especially after 60. It's about a simple nightly ritual that can dramatically influence how sharp
I remember
your mind
my
stays
own grandfather
as the years go
stayed
by.
sharp most
If
of
you
his
want
life,
to keep your brain
but
firing,
eventually
on
started
all
showing
cylinders
signs
well
of
into
cognitive
old
decline.
age.
You
No
need to
one
know
ever
this
thought to question
to
his
help us
nighttime
understand
eating
this better.
habits. We
Or
turn to a remarkable
if he was
figure,
even eating anything
Dr.
at all.
Shigeaki
Imagine
Hino,
your brain as a
Japan's
massive,
oldest
intricate
practicing
library,
physician, one that
over
holds
100 years
every
old,
memory, still
every
mentally
skill,
razor sharp,
every bit of knowledge
and
you
considered
gathered
a
throughout your
national
life.
treasure.
Each
He holds
night,
insights
while your
that
body
can
rests,
completely change this
the
incredible
way you
library
approach
comes
your
alive with
evenings and
activity.
brain health.
It meticulously
Dr. Hino
files
Har
away the
believes that
new
how you
information
end
you
your
absorb
day
during the day
directly
carefully
influences how
repairs
well you
old
perform the
memories
next.
that may have started to
So,
fade. And
what's the
dust
single
off the
most
shelves to
crucial
ensure
thing
everything
people
is
over
perfectly
60
organized and
absolutely can't
accessible?
skip
For
before
when you
hitting the
need it,
pillow?
this
According
nightly
to him,
maintenance is
it's
essential.
all about
preparing the brain.
It keeps your mental
not just
faculties
physically,
sharp,
but
your memory strong,
mentally for the
and
intense
your
work it
brain
does while you
functioning at its
sleep.
best.
Contrary
But
to the
here's the
common myth
catch.
that the brain
The
shuts down at
librarian,
night,
the brain,
it actually
needs
kicks into
specific
overdrive
conditions to
in
perform
very
this
complex
complex
work.
ways.
It
While your
requires
body gets its rest,
light,
your
to see
brain
clearly,
embarks on an
tools to
incredibly
repair and
intricate
organize,
process.
and
It
most
sifts through the
importantly,
day's experiences,
energy to power
consolidates
all these processes,
memories,
without
flushes
these
out
essentials.
toxins.
Your
and
brain
repairs
can't do
its
its
neural
job
networks.
properly. When
If
you
you
want to
neglect
stay
this,
sharp and
whether by
energized for
skipping the
years to
right
come,
nighttime routine,
make sure to subscribe
going
now.
to bed
And
hungry,
never miss
or
tips that
stressing your
truly make
body.
a difference.
The brain
But here's the
switches into
catch.
defensive
This
survival
entire
mode.
operation
It puts
hinges
all its
on
efforts into
preparation.
simply getting through
You
the
must
night,
create the right
foregoing
environment
the deep
and
restorative
supply the
tasks that are
brain
vital
with what
for
it needs to
long-term
operate
cognitive health.
efficiently overnight.
Think about it like
Going
this.
to bed without this
If a
preparation
librarian is kept
isn't
in a
just a
dark
missed
room without the
opportunity.
right equipment,
It's like
or
starving your
resources,
brain of the fuel it
they
needs
can't
to
properly
rebuild
organize
and
or
repair
regenerate.
the library's
Over
collection.
time, the
This
shelves
neglect
become
piles up,
cluttered,
leading to
important
mornings
books get
clouded by
misplaced,
mental fog,
and the overall system
increasing
starts to break
forgetfulness,
down over time.
and a
This
deep-rooted
neglect
cognitive
manifests
fatigue
as
that no cup of
mental
coffee can
fog,
fix.
increased
This idea of starving the
forgetfulness,
brain
difficulty
isn't about
focusing,
skipping meals in
and
the
a general
usual
decline
sense.
in cognitive
It's a subtle but
abilities.
far more
The more
dangerous
nights
form of
you miss this
deprivation,
crucial repair
denying
window,
your brain
the
the
harder
vital
it becomes
nutrients
for your
and
brain
signals it
to
requires.
catch up
during its
leading to
prime
chronic
repair
decline
window at night that feels inevitable but is actually preventable. This is why the way you treat your brain before sleep isn't just a minor detail. It's fundamental. Providing the right tools means nourishing your brain with appropriate foods, engaging in calming rituals that reduce stress, and creating an environment that signals to your brain it's safe to let its guard down and begin healing. Without these, the brain remains on high alert, wasting precious energy on defense rather than growth and restoration. So neglecting your brain's nighttime needs is like leaving that library to fall into chaos. But with the right care and preparation, you can keep your mental library organized, healthy, and vibrant well into old age. Let me share the story of Mr. Yamamoto, a 74-year-old retired school principal, known for his discipline and sharp mind. Despite his careful lifestyle, he began facing persistent memory lapses, not severe dementia, but those frustrating little moments that creep up as we age. Forgetting names, misplacing everyday items like keys, or walking into a room only to forget why he went there in the first place. What he didn't realize was that his commitment to a strict diet, cutting out all food after 6 p.m., following popular Western weight loss advice, was unintentionally putting his brain through an extended 8-hour fast. Without the essential proteins and calming nutrients it needs to do its nightly repair work, his brain was left to cope with just sleep and the stress of fasting, deprived of the fuel necessary for proper regeneration. When I introduced him to a simple but powerful evening ritual, sipping warm tofu broth before bed, incorporating gentle stretching, and practicing deep breathing, his cognitive clarity began to transform remarkably. Within a few weeks, his mornings felt fresher, his ability to focus improved, and his wife even remarked on how much more present and engaged he seemed in daily conversations. This example highlights the real meaning behind starving the brain. It's not just about an empty stomach. It's about a nervous system desperately craving nourishment, rhythm, and soothing support. This is not about mindless snacking. Rather, it's sending a deliberate, comforting message to your brain, signaling it's time to shift from a state of constant vigilance to one of deep restoration. Imagine it like the lights dimming after a concert. The performance is over, and now it's time for cleanup, reset, and healing. If that signal never arrives, the brain stays tense and alert, expending valuable energy on guarding itself, instead of rebuilding and strengthening. In Japan, we hold the belief that nighttime food and rituals aren't just nutrition, they're instructions for the brain. The softness of the evening light, the deliberate slowing of breath, and the rhythm of small intentional routine together form a powerful signal to the mind and body. It's a full sensory experience that prepares your brain to rest deeply and heal efficiently. This holistic approach could be the key to preserving mental clarity and cognitive health well beyond your 60s. These signals you send before bedtime are like a direct line to the brain's limbic system, the powerhouse behind your emotions, memory storage, and survival instincts. Without these calming cues, your brain switches into a heightened state of alertness, staying halfway awake and constantly on guard. That's why so many end up waking up at odd hours, 2 or 3 a.m., feeling groggy, disoriented, and unrest, no matter how long they slept. Science fully supports this. Research reveals that a steady pre-sleep routine can significantly lower cortisol, the stress hormone, help stabilize your heart rate variability, and ramp up parasympathetic nervous system activity, which is essential for relaxation and healing. This perfect physiological cocktail sets the stage for your brain to consolidate memories and repair neural pathways overnight. Now here's where it gets interesting, especially for seniors in the U.S. Many are told to simply avoid eating at night, but the truth isn't about skipping food altogether. It's about choosing the right kind of nourishment. After 60, your brain sensitivity increases, blood flow slows down, and hormonal balances shift. More critically, your body moves into catabolic states faster. What does that mean? It means your body starts breaking down its own tissues, including precious brain tissue, for energy when you fast too long. So, if you hit the hay with an empty stomach, your brain interprets this as no fuel available and immediately shifts into protection mode. It stops repairing and storing new information, instead conserving what little energy it has. Night after night, this slowly chips away at your mental sharpness. You don't notice it instantly, but over months and years. This becomes your new normal state of brain fog and forgetfulness. That begs the question, what kind of fuel should someone over 60 consume before bedtime to keep their brain protected and thriving? Is it just a light snack, or is there a deeper ritual involved? What does an authentic Japanese-inspired evening routine look like? One that nourishes not only the body but also the heart and mind? Think of it as sending a warm, reassuring message to your brain. This includes light protein sources, calming minerals, and gentle energy that doesn't overload your system. In Japan, this often means a small bowl of warm miso broth with tofu. The miso soothes and supports gut health, while the tofu provides amino acids critical for brain function. The warmth of the broth helps calm your nervous system, preparing it for rest. Other excellent options might be a soft-boiled egg paired with steamed greens, or a bit of white fish lightly cooked with ginger, meals that are neither heavy nor cold, but clean, warming, and easy to digest. Avoid sugars, cold foods, and processed items at night as they disrupt your body's natural rhythms and confuse your metabolic processes. This approach often surprises many seniors who haven't considered how their nighttime eating habits affect their cognitive health. But there's more to the ritual than just food. The Japanese concept of Shinshin Ichino, which means the unity of mind and body, extends beyond the kitchen. A true nighttime routine creates a peaceful environment around you. That means switching off screens at least 30 minutes before bed, since blue light interferes with melatonin production and tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Instead, lighting a candle or opening a window for fresh air can help slow down your home's pace. Reading a physical book, especially something poetic or spiritually uplifting, gently primes your mind for rest. Breathing exercises are another core part of this practice. A hair breathing technique involves slow, deep breaths into your belly with a longer exhale than inhale. Just 5 minutes of this activates the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering cortisol levels and slowing the heart rate. This physiological shift sends a crystal clear signal. It's time to release stress and prepare for healing. Add to this a calming cup of herbal tea, or even writing a brief gratitude list, and you've created a complete sensory experience that gently ushers your brain into its restorative nighttime mode. Speaking of gratitude, it might sound simple, but the science behind it is impressive. Studies demonstrate that practicing gratitude before sleep improves overall sleep quality, reduces symptoms of depression, and even enhances memory recall. Acknowledging the positive aspects of your life triggers a chemical cascade that helps your brain relax, reset, and repair itself more effectively. For instance, research published in Applied Psychology, Health and Well-Being, found that individuals who wrote down 3 things they were grateful for before bedtime slept longer and woke up feeling more refreshed. Similarly, a UC Davis study linked gratitude practices with lower blood pressure, better immune function, and a calmer brain state. Gratitude reduces the brain's perception of threat by activating areas in the prefrontal cortex responsible for emotional regulation and calmness. It's not just a feel-good emotion, it's real medicine for your mind. Lastly, rhythm is critical. The brain follows cycles regulated by environmental cues like light, sound, and food intake. Erratic eating patterns, irregular sleep schedules, and overstimulation before bedtime keep your brain in alert mode. sabotaging its ability to relax and rebuild. Establishing consistent, gentle routines aligned with your natural circadian rhythms is arguably even more important than the specific nutrients you consume. When you keep a consistent nighttime routine, eating at the same hour, stretching gently, and breathing deeply, your body receives a clear, undeniable signal. It's safe to switch into repair mode. That's the foundation of what we call a physical ritual. And yes, it's just as crucial as what you eat. Before nourishment comes movement, but not the kind that tires you out or stresses your system. I'm talking about soft, mindful motions designed to relax, not exhaust. Just 5 minutes is enough. Start slowly with neck rolls, gentle shoulder circles, followed by a forward fold to release tension in the spine, and finish by sitting quietly and focusing on your breath. Every movement invites your body to let go, to soften. Why is this so effective? Because light movement increases circulation, calms the sympathetic nervous system, which drives your fight or flight response, and opens the door for the brain to shift into deep repair mode. When you then nourish your body, your brain soaks up those nutrients like a sponge, primed for cleaning, storing memories, and rebuilding neural pathways. The order is key. Movement first, then food, not the other way around. Movement sets the stage, and nourishment is the offering. Together, they tell your brain, the day is over. Time to heal.